Welcome back to the Relaxing Ghost channel here on YouTube. Today we got our Extreme Rules 2019 pay-per-view predictions. This was a pay-per-view about 3 weeks ago, so Stomping Grounds I don't even think I did a prediction show for, so I apologize for that. Hope a few people can make it in the stream today and get everyone's thoughts on the pay per view this Sunday already. 3 weeks, and then we'll be on a 4 week stretch until SummerSlam 2019. Hi, hi. Hello, everybody. Uso Penitentiary. What's good, everybody? Um, just let me put it on all message visible. All messages are visible from me, so I hope everyone's enjoying their day, morning, wherever you are. So we got 9 matches scheduled for Sunday's event. Um, I'm not really looking forward to this show, so I feel like this is like a very weak card. I would say even Stomping Grounds was a little bit better put together. There's a few matches here I'm actually interested in. It's Extreme Rules, usually a pretty good pay per view, unless you're in 2018 again. Remember that awful Iron Man match they had last year with Rollins and Ziggler for the IC title? The crowd just crapped all over that Iron Man match. Every minute, every 10 seconds, they were counting down 9, 8, 7, 6, all the way to 0. It seemed like um, rough crowd last year. Best Extreme Rules pay per view. Um, yeah, that's a pretty tough one. Extreme Rules 2016 was decent. 2009 I always liked. 2012 Lesnar and Cena. I can't remember 2013. It had Lesnar, Triple H. Also Cena, Ryback was decent. 2014 was Daniel Bryan's last match for a long time. There's been good ones on and off. I don't know. It's really hard to say. So this will be taking place in Philadelphia at the Wells Fargo Arena. Uh, Paul Heyman is our new executive director of Monday Night Raw. It looks like they're really going to be pushing this new executive position after Extreme Rules with both Raw and SmackDown. Seems like Bischoff has been more observant over the past couple of weeks, and his position will be in full effect this coming Tuesday. The Ambrose Asylum. Yeah, yeah. What year was that? 2015 or 16? I like that match with Jericho, the black cage with a bunch of weapons around it. You know, when they come up with things like that, I like it. And then they come up with something like the House of Horrors match with Orton and Bray Wyatt. Anyone remember that match? That was 2016. Yeah, I guess 2016 was good. We also have Roman Reigns and AJ Styles, their second, I believe, WWE title match. So they hit it out of the park every once in a while. Um, Rey Mysterio, I want to talk about him for a minute, if you guys don't mind. I feel like Rey Mysterio has just been kind of losing it lately. Um, Rey Mysterio, he just newly signed a contract earlier this year or late last year. He's been, you know, always seems like he has an injury up his sleeve. And I don't know if the guy can pull it off anymore, to be honest. Rey Mysterio, you know, he'll always be one of the classic superstars from the mid to late 90s, always had some crazy moves, and always had a great match. I really want to see if Ray can still pull it off. Big fan of Rey Mysterio from his, filthy animal days, his single star days in WCW as part of the cruiserweight division. Even when he first joined WWE in 2002, I've always liked Rey Mysterio. It just sucks to see his current situation. With he had something going pretty good with Samoa Joe. He got injured, relinquished the U.S. title last month or earlier this month, whenever it was. Um, and then he got squashed by who did he get squashed by? Was it Ricochet? No, I think he got squashed by Lashley, right? On Raw. So Lashley needed something to make him look strong heading into this match with Braun Strowman, and I don't know. I think it makes Ray come off as weak. I don't like how they treat their legends. I do consider Rey Mysterio a legend. Um, whoops. Yeah, they had a fatal four way for the IC title, right? With Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens, Cesaro, I think, and The Miz. Yeah, if you guys have questions, let's save them till the end because just try to buzz through predictions. That way, we can save our questions for the end. Um, so this Braun Strowman Bobby Lashley, it's going to be a last man standing match, and I guess Strowman is going to be getting a renewed push once again. So yay, more breaking stuff, blowing up stuff. I guess my pick is going to be Braun Strowman. So these are going to be live predictions. I actually went 6 for 9 on Stomping Grounds, so not too bad. I went 8 for 9 at Super Showdown. So been doing pretty well lately with the predictions. Let's see if we can get a good score here on Extreme Rules. We got a cruiserweight title match. The new champion here, Drew Gulak, defending against Tony Nese. I do not watch 205 Live. I honestly don't care about the cruiserweight division. It needs to be a part of Raw or SmackDown at this point. The brand split is pretty much over. Um, put these guys on Raw, on SmackDown. Make the cruiserweight title mean something because when no one's watching, it doesn't mean anything. I'm gonna go with Drew Gulak to retain. He just won it, so we have a triple threat WWE SmackDown tag title match. Daniel Bryan and Rowan defending against the New Day and Heavy Machinery. Um, they had a great match actually at Stomping Grounds with Heavy Machinery. I think the 2 extra men here with the New Day can actually make this match into something better. So if the champs retain, I would be fine with it, but I'm going to go with Heavy Machinery. Surprise champs here. Daniel Bryan, he's a great tag team wrestler, but I think his time as a single star needs to continue. And I don't think he ever had a rematch for that WWE title. If he did, it was on SmackDown, which I missed. Um, we have Bayley versus Alexa Bliss. I'm not looking forward to this one. Hawkins and Ryder would win. um, so we went through this before with the Bayley and Alexa Bliss stuff. It's they're just adding to it now. They had that awful match, I believe, at last year's event as well with the kendo stick on a pole. And that was probably one of the worst matches I ever seen. I hope they can recuperate from that whole debacle last year. Um, I'm gonna pick Bailey to retain here. I'm sure Nikki Cross is gonna be involved some way. It's a 2-on-1 handicap match. Bailey versus Alexa and Nikki Cross. So I'm sure it'll be like a triple threat kind of, but with Alexa and Nikki tagging in and out, and eventually I can see them, unless they put the belt back on Alexa, which I'm not really a fan of that right now. I do like Alexa Bliss, but let's run with this Bailey thing for a while, you know. So Bailey's gonna be my pick. I'm actually looking forward to a all-time Hulk fan. What's going on? Just seen your comment there. Um, Kofi Kingston defending the WWE Championship versus Samoa Joe. I honestly could have predicted this the night after Stomping Grounds that Joe just happened to lose the title and he was going to go for the main event championship. Very often they do that. I remember 2003, they did it with Guerrero. Guerrero lost the U.S. title in October, November, whatever it was. And a few months later, Guerrero's WWE champion. So a lot of guys have gone that route. I would not be shocked if Samoa Joe wins the title here. And he's going to be my pick to be the new WWE champion. Yes, I am. You know, Kofi, he's I guess he's done a fairly well job at being champion. They've never really defended the title much on Raw or SmackDown. Kofi's been on, I believe, every Raw and SmackDown since WrestleMania. If not every one, every just about every Raw and SmackDown he's been on. Same with Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns is on SmackDown and he's been on Raw more. And you know, no matter what anyone says, Kofi could always say, "I've been WWE champion," just like Jinder Mahal, just like The Miz, Dolph Ziggler. You know, several guys. Whether you win it once, hold it for a day, hold it for a year, it doesn't matter. And I think Joe has a pretty good record at Extreme Rules. He won that Fatal Five Way a couple years back. I believe that was 2016 as well, or 2017, because then he went on to face Brock at Great Balls of Fire. So, you know, I could always see Joe, you know, being the top heel on SmackDown heading into SummerSlam, and maybe Brock will challenge him. You know, I beat you before. Put your money where your mouth is, and let's do this. Um, you know, Samoa Joe has been around forever. Now would be a good time to put the title on him. Yeah, Jinder Mahal is now part of SmackDown Live. Um, you know what? I could always see them putting the title back on Jinder. um, for the United States Championship, Ricochet defending against AJ Styles. Um, here's another title I can definitely see change in hands. I'm gonna go with AJ Styles here for a great match. I think this is only a singles match. Same with the Kofi Samoa Joe match. They're only singles matches. Maybe they'll change it the night of or during the rest of the week, but for now they're singles matches. Um, if Joe loses by DQ or something, then he could challenge at SummerSlam in a cage match or a ladder match or something. When's the last time we've had a ladder match at SummerSlam or a high stakes situation match? Maybe 10 years almost since they started this whole gimmick era. So I'm picking a lot of new champs here this pay-per-view. Um, AJ Styles, they reunited the club, Gallows, Anderson, Styles all recently signed 5-year deals with WWE. So they are locked down for at least 5 years. Hey, these guys aren't getting any younger. Push the hell out of this stable. I'd like to see them all become champs, honestly. Put the tag titles on the club, put the U.S. title on AJ, and eventually put the WWE title, Universal title back on AJ. Um, I think you could run with this thing. You add a couple members every once in a while. Don't go crazy with it, but if you want, put Finn Balor in there, put Nakamura in there. I think that would make sense. They have a Japanese connection. There's a few ways you could go with it where it would make sense, sort of, and just don't go crazy with adding a million members to it. So Styles is going to be my pick, probably from help by the club. Um, the Undertaker has returned to WWE, and he'll be having a tag team match with Roman Reigns. Playa, Teddy Long is back, and Shane McMahon is tagging up with Drew McIntyre in a no holds barred. Honestly, I don't care about this match or the main event match, but I don't see Undertaker losing here unless Roman Reigns turns on the Undertaker, and I don't see that happening either. Probably Eddie Guerrero would win. Um, you know, Eddie would wrestle circles around Ambrose. Ambrose is not a wrestler's wrestler. Don't be silly. So Taker and Roman Reigns for the easy win there. Shane McMahon's won what, 2 or 3 pay-per-views in a row. He's won at Mania, Super Showdown, and I believe even Stomping Grounds. So I think this Shane McMahon push needs to be over with. This is it. This is as far as this feud's gonna go, in my opinion. I think it needs to be over with. Um, Taker and Roman Reigns for the win. Easy win here. Shane wasn't on Super Showdown or Stomping Grounds. It was Roman Reigns versus McIntyre again. And Roman Reigns lost to Shane. Roman Reigns defeated Shane at Super Showdown. Is that right? I don't think that's right. Um, it is what it is with this whole Shane McMahon thing. They got to give him a win every once in a while, or else his whole existence as the authority won't be mean anything. So he has to pull some power every once in a while. Do I think Shane will be WWE champion? No, that's just silly. Aleister Black is announced to be in a match here. To be announced, it said. Who do you guys think Aleister Black's opponent will be? Whether it's Cesaro, Kevin Owens, Dolph Ziggler, someone else, Bray Wyatt maybe. I think that would be cool. Got honestly, I like Aleister Black. I think he could accomplish a lot there in WWE, and he needs a working man, guy like Ziggler, guy like Cesaro, maybe Ali. No, he hasn't. Um, Watson said Bray Wyatt. So we've seen the Firefly Funhouse for good 6, 8 weeks by now. They're really pushing the hell out of this thing. When should Bray Wyatt debut? Should he debut in a match? Should he just attack someone randomly on Raw? I don't think he'll be, debuting in a match like this. So I wouldn't go with Bray Wyatt. I'm gonna just go with Cesaro for the hell of it. I've heard rumors on that. So Cesaro will be my pick. If Aleister Black does face Cesaro, I'm gonna go with Aleister Black. You need a big win here. He hasn't been on TV for since WrestleMania or somewhere around then. Someone saying Randy Orton. Yeah, maybe Randy Orton. Orton, I've heard, also has been having neck issues, neck or back issues. So Randy Orton might be out of the picture here for a while. But that'd be a good match. Aleister Black versus Orton. Orton can work his ass off when he wants. And Aleister Black, he's a pretty young guy. So Black Mass versus RKO. I like it. Um, so we'll see. I'm actually gonna go with Orton. I like that. I think he the return of Kane. What about Big Show? Big Show and Kane versus Aleister Black. And they just choke slam him right through the ring and the match is over. Yeah, I do. Yeah, Finn Balor is not even on this pay-per-view. Again, Balor's not defending the IC title on the pay-per-view. Um, that was my plans for Shinsuke going way back when he first debuted. Before he even got called up to WWE. When I heard that he was in NXT, I said, put the IC title on Balor, or not on Balor, on Nakamura, and similar to his New Japan run, he could eventually work his way up to the WWE title. This was still before the Universal title was a thing, so we were still going off one title. So now, I still think Nakamura could be the WWE champion one day. Wishful thinking maybe, but yeah. What about the 247 title? No one's won that yet. Just our truth. Um, I don't think Kane's going to be returning anytime soon, guys. And finally, the main event, Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch, winner take all, the Universal Champion and the Raw Women's Champion versus Baron Corbin and Lacey Evans. This is winner take all. I think it's just a mixed tag team match. This can only go one way. The champions retain. That's the right way to go. Um, I I could see them going, new champions here, but honestly, I don't see it going any other way. I hate what they're doing with the the man's man and the man, their cute little T-shirts. This is the worst T-shirt I've ever seen. WWE isn't doing too good in their merchandising department right now. Um, so comment down below some of your favorite matches you're looking forward to, or your predictions themselves. If you guys got any more questions, let's get to them now. So earlier, yeah, I could see Baron winning it at some point as well. Baron Corbin is decent in the ring. It's just what they have him doing right now. No one's a fan of it. It's not the right time of heat or the type of heat that people want from this guy. They absolutely turn their TV off when they see Corbin. Um, when he was doing the lone wolf thing, it was kind of cool. It was just on the verge of something badass. Um, I honestly thought Corbin was gonna keep the long hair. I was surprised he cut it, but it's a weird look when you're balding with the long hair. It just doesn't sit right. I think he looks better now. It's grown on to me. I could see them really putting a title on both these guys. And, I'm not a fan of Becky Lynch. I think she's just completely did a 180 since WrestleMania. She's she's just becoming very cold, complacent. Um, and if she can, work her butt off and prove it and gain that popularity back, good for her. But I just really never been a fan of Becky. I'm not a fan of what they're doing with Rollins and Becky together. Get them apart from each other and, let's kind of get this thing over with. If they did switch both titles, I'd be shocked, but I wouldn't be surprised. Um, I'd also say like Lacey could kind of keep her title, but Rollins would win it back immediately or something, or Lesnar would cash in, something like that. Um, it's a way so Seth doesn't have to lose to Brock. Give Brock an easy win on Corbin when Corbin's hurt. Brian Campbell. No, I don't think CM Punk's coming back. Who would win, Hideo Itami or Okada? I don't know. Probably Okada. They're facing each other in the G1. You should watch it. Um, if you have any other questions, Uso Penitentiary says he hates the new Becky Lynch. I agree. They Paul Heyman, needs to just wring Vince McMahon's neck a few times and say, "Listen, man, get on with this because no one's buying it anymore." Have Braun Strowman just power slam Becky Lynch right through the whole announce table, and then Seth he'll be just the man. I thought Seth was supposed to be the man, remember? And then Becky stole his line, and now Becky's the man. So this whole thing is stupid. This PG PC era needs to end immediately. Yeah, I agree. AJ Styles Ricochet probably will be one of the best matches for the U.S. Title. Talked about that a little while ago. Might have missed it, Brian. Wrestling Watson, what's going on, man? We got John Morrison. Morrison's contract is up with Impact Wrestling. I guess he's a free agent. He's free. No release date or non-compete, anything like that. He's 100% done with Impact. Or his contract is 100% up. So I'm guessing he's gonna stay independent right now. Who knows, man? I'd love to see him back in WWE. He's definitely earned his stripes to return. Um, it'd be one I'd love to see come back. I thought he left a little too early. A lot of guys have left and came back by now. Guys like Lashley, Mysterio, Drew McIntyre, and I think Morrison will be back eventually. He's definitely earned his stripes over the past almost 10 years now since Morrison left. I'd always want to see MVP and Carlito, Mr. Kennedy, guys like that come back. Guys from like the Ruthless Aggression era that never really got a chance in the main event, but were pretty big stars elsewhere. Even Lashley, he did that thing with Impact. He came back. I'm guessing Lashley, guys like McIntyre and Lashley will be future WWE champions. Morrison's always been one to watch, whether he was ECW champion, IC tag team, and whatever he was doing. He's definitely one to watch out for. He was in Impact, Lucha Underground, I believe champion in both places. I don't know if he was in ROH. He might have been. I don't think he ever went to Japan. Maybe he'll go there. LAX is also leaving Impact, or their contracts are also up. So I've heard they want to go to Japan, but maybe they'll go to AEW. Maybe they'll go to NXT. You never know, right? There's so many options these days, and Impact is, let's face it, they're probably the last on the totem pole. There's WWE, New Japan, Ring of Honor, and AEW. The AEW is not going to sign everyone. Let's face it. They got their eyes on certain guys. They're not just going to keep tossing money around. They probably do have a budget. So yeah, there had been rumors about WWE leaving PG and returning to the TV 14. Here's the thing: PG means parental guidance. It doesn't mean stop pushing the envelope. It always meant parental guidance in my eyes. These guys are like PG 10, not PG 13. TV 14 means violence, language, discretion is advised. So you will be warned beforehand, and just we are warning you. There's language, there's violence, which is sports entertainment. That's how it should be. It's not ballet where we just skate around and nothing eventful happens. This is these are trained athletes, but things may go awry at times. Gene Snitsky, um, never really been a fan of his, but it'd be cool to see Snitsky back. You look at some of those guys, they bring them back for the one off in the Rumble, which is cool, but a lot of fans, they always want to see they want to see him in a run. And I think that's kind of how like the old timers should be, guys that are a little bit past their prime. Don't have them come back for a full blown match. Put them in the Rumble once every couple of years and call it a day. Don't bring them back for no long term feuds or long time contracts. We all know a few superstars like this. Um, I think the Rumble is the perfect spot for that. Oh, Mike Knox is retired? Or Snitsky? Snitsky's retired or Mike Knox? Mike Knox denied or declined. Yeah, there's a lot of guys, they know what the schedule's like. They don't want any part of it. And I think that's why guys like Mysterio and the Hardys really kind of stayed away for a long time. Maybe Morrison won't come back. We'll have to see. Nick Castaneda, what's up? So yeah, Batista probably will go into the Hall of Fame next year because he is retired. Yeah, and but they just did that thing on WWE Network about Batista and his whole run this past time. Um, I'll have to check that out. But have you guys seen that new Batista 24 special, whatever it is? Yeah, thanks, Nick. Early predictions for the Hall of Fame. It's gonna probably be a pretty tight year for the Hall of Fame, considering they blew their load last year or this year with Hart Foundation, Harlem Heat, DX. They've can't go back to that now. I know it would have been, 3 years they could have got out of this 1 year with the tag teams, and all three teams probably could have, headlined. Goldberg versus Sting. How about that one at the next Super Showdown? Yeah, Taz, RVD. I always thought they would do like a ECW kind of induction ceremony where they just induct, like 10, 15 guys from ECW, really pay their respects to the ECW brand. Who knows? We'll probably never get a WrestleMania in the Northeast again after this for a while. They did New York. They haven't done a WrestleMania up here since WrestleMania, what, 29? And before that, it was a good long time. They've been headlining the southern states a lot lately with Texas, New Orleans, Florida, and a couple in California. So Philadelphia or any upper states like this, Chicago, even Chicago WrestleMania, I think that would be awesome in the Soldier Field. Um, yeah, they just induct guys like Paul Heyman, RVD, Sandman, Raven, Taz, Sabu. You're they did the Dudley Boys already, but several of the guys that passed away, like Public Enemy and Chris Candido, Balls Mahoney. There's so many guys. Terry Funk's already gone in, but give him another ring. He definitely earned 2 rings. I think Terry Funk could definitely be given another ring. Yeah, Terry Funk's in Impact right now. Well, if that's about it, guys, I'm going to. You got SummerSlam 15. Oh, I missed your. No year has been like the Attitude Era from the PG era. I'll tell you that. No years. not not 2008, not 2009. The Attitude Era was the Attitude Era. It's not the Attitude anymore. It's way past that. 20 years ago, it was the Attitude Era. They are not trying to be like the Attitude Era. They're the PG era. Sucks to say, but it's it's how it is. Yeah. So the thing with the Brothers of Destruction going in is, I think they're really gonna milk that Undertaker induction speech. And Kane is another guy that deserves a Hall of Fame. Kane, Big Show, Jericho. You got The Rock and Triple H. Still have yet to go in. Well, I guess Triple H is a Hall of Famer now, considering DX went in. But, solo acts. I think they'll do more solo acts first. I don't know what was up with this year with all these two-time Hall of Famers. This was a weird Hall of Fame class. I think people are just turning it down. They don't want it. Um, I I I think that's it. Well, anyways, I'd like to thank everyone for joining the stream today. As always, guys, keep sending in your suggestions. If you have any questions or comments, drop them in the comments section down below. Share your predictions for Extreme Rules, and we'll talk to you later. Peace.